Hey guys, how's it going? My name is James and welcome back to the Soundline. Today, just wanted to do a real quick video, and the reason it's quick is because this is sold and I need to send it out to someone. But what we do have here is a Bluesound Node X. This is a special edition of the Bluesound Node. The reason it's called the X is because it is a 10-year anniversary for Bluesound doing their multi-room audio streaming products, so they wanted to release something special. I don't know the exact numbers on how many of these they're going to be produced, but I know it will be a limited run, and they're quite highly sought after at the moment, so we've only been able to get our hands on a couple. But we've got it here to do a quick unboxing and maybe a real quick listening test as well, and just a regular Bluesound Node here as well to compare it, so we can sort of see the differences, have a look at them, and then I'll give you my thoughts on how it sounds. So I'll just open this up, show you guys what it looks like compared to the standard Node. So we get our quick setup guide and all this sort of stuff here, celebrating 10 years of #living hi-fi. Pretty similar packaging to the standard Node, but you'll see that there are some differences. And here it is. So it's silver. It only comes in silver, and they just decided that for this special edition one, they wanted to do it in silver to do something kind of different to the standard black and white ones they've been doing for a while. It is still plastic, it's not like metallic or anything like that on the finish. So in terms of physical differences, it really is just the color. And also one other thing that you may have picked up on already, the headphone output on the front of it. This one here has a 1/4 inch jack, and this one here has your regular 1/8 inch or 3.5mm jack. The reason for that is because one of the key differences that they put on the inside of this Node X is a THX premium level headphone amplifier. I haven't listened to it yet, so I don't know how good it is, but the idea is that the headphone amplifier in this Node X is supposed to be much, much better than the one that is in the standard Node. The other thing that they did do was put in a premium ESS Saber DAC, so the analog outputs of the Node X are also supposed to be much better than the Node, and we will see what we think of that once we have a listen to it. Looking around the back of it, it is basically the exact same. Got your left and right analog audio outputs, your subwoofer output, your digital output, coax and toslink, and then you got analog inputs, trigger inputs, IR inputs, Ethernet, USB, HDMI, eARC, and power. So exactly the same. The touchscreen on the top is exactly the same. It's not a great big deal of difference between them, but it is a special edition that's supposed to sound better, so I thought we'd do a quick video on it. One other thing I did want to mention was that I noticed earlier when I was unboxing this and having a sneaky peek that the X does come included with the Bluesound RC1, which is their infrared remote control that they make to control all Bluesound devices. So you can basically just point and shoot this at any Bluesound device and it will work. You got volume up and down, navigational controls, and 1 through 10 presets, which you can have assigned to any of your speakers or Bluesound devices. This guy here normally carries a retail of about $129. The difference in price between these two products, I think, is a couple $100, because this guy here is normally $12.99, this one here is $14.99. So that probably goes a long way towards the $200 difference, and then also the differences in sound presumably go towards it, but we'll see what we think. I'm starting off just doing it with the analog outputs, and then I will move on to doing the digital separately, and I am doing this with the units plugged into Ethernet. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better. The main things I noticed were that the separation of the elements on the Node X was a lot clearer and more concise. It was more of a three-dimensional spread out image as opposed to some kind of compressed two-dimensional one. I don't want to take away from what the main Node sounds like, because it's still a fantastic streamer for the money, but this just sort of takes it to that next level and, you know, gives it a bit more space and awareness. And I think also I always struggle to pick this up a wee bit, but I think it might have been a bit quieter in terms of its background, and that's usually what allows me to hear the room sound a bit better. So I think that maybe better trained ears than mine could pick up on that a bit more, but I think it was a bit darker in the background as well. So on the analog side, yeah, definitely worth the, a couple $100 difference in price. I think it's well worth buying it for that. So I'll just do one more quick test, checking it on the digital output side as well to see if it's any different in its processing just digitally. I'm suspecting it might be about the same since they only really changed the DAC in it, which doesn't affect the digital output, but I'll give it a go and see what we think. Interesting. It is still a bit better on digital. It's not as dramatic as it is on the analog output side of things, but I'm noticing a lot of similarities in the differences that I heard. By that I mean, like, on digital, again, it's just better separation between the elements. It's not as much as it is on the analog side, but there is still better separation when you're listening to it on digital output. Better separation and a little bit darker in the background, but it was a smaller difference. I was detecting a little bit of dryness when I was listening to it on the Node X, but I think that is probably just down to the fact that that's the first time that unit's ever been plugged in, so it's just needs a wee bit of running compared to the regular Node. I'm sure after 100 hours or so it'll come right and that dryness will disappear. But yeah, so that was interesting. I'm glad I tested that. In terms of the headphone output, I would like to test it for you guys, but we just don't have any hi-fi headphones with us here at the moment, so I can't really do a great headphone comparison. I'm sure someone else has done it on YouTube. So I think that will do it, guys. That'll wrap up this video on the Node X. Just to summarize what we covered, it's called the X because it's 10 years anniversary for Bluesound. Main differences are that it has a better, more premium SS Saber DAC put into it and a THX level headphone amplifier output with a 1/4 inch jack on it. And it's silver and it does sound better. It's only a couple $100 more. Comes with a remote control. I think it's really worth the extra couple $100 to buy it, but they are limited run, so I guess get them while they're hot. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you in the next one. Ka kite anō.